This episode is brought to you in partnership with Choose Chicago. Capture the excitement. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, it feel good out here. And them tables turn for a little bit.
So good.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a Hulk child over there hauling a...
Kids running away and shit. This is crazy. Y'all, before we get started, we outside. We got some fun trivia for you before we get into the episode. Y'all, let's see how well you know Chicago's people. According to CMAP, Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning, what percentage of Chicago's 2.7 million people are foreign born?
Foreign born. Don't be Googling it.
Yeah, don't be Googling.
Break.
You only got a second. We're gonna play the intro and then we'll come back with the answer. Until then, 77 Flavors starts right now.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love two things, food and Chicago, so I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast.
Hey!
Can I guess the answer before you say
Well, hold
answer?
on. 77 Flavors of Chicago, we back. Dario.
Sarah?
And we outside, y'all. We outside. You want to guess the answer?
I want to guess the answer.
What do you think?
So you said what percentage of the 2.7 million people that are in Chicago are foreign born?
Yes. Yeah, what do y'all know?
I want to say 42%.
Damn near half the population in Chicago.
I mean, what do you mean by foreign born?
Yeah, foreign born, not native to United States of America.
Oh, not native to the United States of America.
Yeah. I should have said that, Joe.
Okay.
I guess I thought
25%.
Okay, well, pretty close, y'all. If you want to know the answer. If you want to know the answer.
You just said answer again.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Oh.
20% of Chicago's 2.7 million people are foreign born. So,
what's 20% of 2.7?
That is 540,000 people roughly. And I use round numbers. 2.7 is 2.7 is some change.
Shit, some of y'all might not be participating in that census.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Who knows?
Right. So, hey, if you got the answer right, or if you were close. Hold on. If you were right, hold on. That's for you, y'all.
And
that's
me.
That's for you. You were close. You was close. Yeah, go ahead. Give y'all another coin.
I was off by 5%. That's nothing.
That's pretty cool. 2 out of 10 people, every 10 person here in Chicago is foreign born, which is makes Chicago the place that it is. Very, very diverse.
Do you say diverse or diverse?
I just said diverse.
Oh. Sometimes I say diverse. Sometimes I say diverse.
It depends on what setting I'm in.
Diversity or diversity.
Yeah, right. It depends. Stand up for diversity. So I was saying so when I had comedy shows, I was saying diversity. But if I'm trying to prove a point, look, this place is not diverse enough.
Speaking of not diverse enough, no, I'm just joking.
No, stop it, y'all. This is gonna be a fun episode. We got a lot going on here. How was your week?
My week was good. Damn, this mic want me to fail.
Yeah.
My week was really good. A lot of fun stuff, but the highlight of my week
was the same highlight as my week.
Same as highlight of your week. We met the one, the only Carla Hall.
Hey, Carla Hall, y'all.
Okay, listen. The number one question we got was, is Carla Hall as nice in person as she is on TV? The answer is 10 times nicer in person.
Yeah, and not to take away from who she is in what you see on TV. She's that plus
she's like
some.
So authentic.
Yeah.
And just like so much herself.
Yeah.
It's like mind blowing.
Yeah, it was crazy how dope she was as
really
a person.
Impressive.
Yeah, fair. I mean, because it's a lot of people that just kind of switch up. You know what I'm saying? And you don't mean you don't change a little. Anytime
people grow,
you gonna change a little bit. You know, when you got some kind of celebrity and some kind of fame to you. But
no, she's super
as a
humble.
person, I feel like she humble as hell.
I was like, she knows she doesn't need to be this nice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like, she's
right,
famous,
right? But we interviewed her. And we interviewed her, and it was a dope interview. We're going to play part of the interview. The rest of the interview, you can go check out right now on our YouTube channel. Just Google 77 Flavors Shy, and it will pop up in YouTube.
Also,
but
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You know what I'm saying?
What are we doing?
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, subscribe, man. But we're going to play you part of the interview right now. We are here with Carla Hall. Hey. Welcome to the show. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for you being on the show.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
here.
Yeah. There we go.
No, it's amazing. It's such a pleasure meeting you all. Yes, I'm Carla Hall. People know me from Top Chef. They know me from The Chew. I'm also on Holiday Baking Championship, Halloween Baking Championship. They may have seen me on Gossip Girl, Reboot, but hey, what can I say?
Yeah, right. No, just keep on going.
You may have heard me on some cartoons, Lion's Guard,
Cookbook.
Cookbooks. I have 3 cookbooks and 1 children's book. And I have a podcast called Say Yes.
Okay.
And that ended, but you can still hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm still saying yes to things. I say yes to things that scare me because there's a lesson to be learned there.
Is that how you came about this where we are today?
Yes. So we're at Cooper's Hawk in Esquire, downtown Chicago, on Oak Street, 58 Oak Street. For those of you who don't know.
Yeah. If you don't know about Oak Street and you're from Chicago, give me the card. Give me the card.
Drop your Chicago card.
Yeah. Just drop it off.
Yes, it was something that I was very much afraid of, and it's because when you are working with other people who are doing your food. I've had a failed restaurant, so I can do badly by myself. I don't really need any help failing. Right. I like to fail on my own. Right. I don't need an escort to the failure column.
Right this way, losers over here. Right.
Okay, to the lesser column. Yeah. But so many people have wondered what my food would taste like from Top Chef, from The Chew, from other things that I've done, and so I'm putting myself out here to make sure that it is the food that I want it to be.
Right.
I am okay if somebody doesn't like the food that I want to present. But if it isn't the food that I would have made, that's a totally different story.
Right. We were just talking about that off air, that our authenticity of this podcast is who we are. And we haven't, that doesn't go away. And like we've been able to, fortunately enough, to have these opportunities and just still be us. You know what I mean? And not lose any bit of you. Yeah. And we'll get to the food, because I can tell you put all kind of elbows and toes and whatever you need. We'll talk about it.
Ears.
Yeah, ears. Yeah, there it is.
I just feel like it takes a lot of trust to kind of like surrender that I love to cook, and I think some of my love for food comes from control.
Yes.
And so I love to like perfect a recipe. And I feel like I don't know if I would ever be able to have that kind of like comfort with who I am to be able like, I trust you to do this.
No, and I get that, and I have been through phases of that. When I went on Top Chef, I had a catering company. I had to leave my company in the hands of the employees for a month and a half.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, and I'm like, yep. If you mess up, you mess up.
Right.
Maybe we'll get that customer back. Maybe we won't. I mean, we won't, And then I had a restaurant where you can't be there 24/7. And so you learn to have really great recipes and people and, somebody to manage that. And so it was scary. And I am so blown away by the crew here. But also, I knew that I had to tell the stories behind the dish.
Yep.
Right.
Because so often you may know the dish, but if you don't know the backstory for the dish, you don't know the dish.
Right.
And why it's important for me to do, the cracked shrimp, why it's important to do my biscuits a particular way. And so I made sure that we talked through the stories.
Yes. Yep. I was actually just going to say that I think you're a great teacher through your cookbook. I think, you might not physically be there, but reading the stories, there's pictures of people. There's not only pictures of food. You get to kind of understand that, why you make things a certain way. I want to know why the fish is served in this specific way. It's just such an amazing kind of like work of art, in my opinion, and for it to be brought to life and for people to be able to experience it in that way is so great.
So in my cookbook, in Carla Hall's Soul Food, this book, I I went back to the South to look at the South in a different lens.
Yeah.
When you grow up in a place, it's so much a part of you, you somehow don't notice it.
Right.
You don't really notice what's great about it. It takes somebody to come into your hometown and say, oh my gosh,
tell
it's
you
so
about
good.
yourself first.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that was very much this book. So I went back to the South. I went through South Carolina. I was in North Carolina. I was in Mississippi. I was in Alabama. I was in Tennessee. I mean, I'm from Tennessee, but I went to other parts of Tennessee because I really wanted to talk to people who were there and older people to get a sense of what the food was like and why it was passed down. And that was revolutionary. And I fell in love with Southern food again. Wow. Because for so many years, I pushed it away. I didn't want to do fried chicken. I went to a French culinary school, and I didn't pay $30,000 at the time. It's a little more now. I didn't pay $30,000.
We already know. We know.
to learn how to do fried chicken.
Right.
But what I didn't realize, I basically shut the cultural door to my heritage. And then I was trying to recreate something else while I was totally dissing myself. And so I went back to that. I'm like, I want to embrace my culture, my blackness, my food, soul food specifically. And so, and taking pieces and parts of my experiences.
Yeah, I think that is so dope because, you know, soul food has a connotation. A lot of people is black food. You know what I mean? Like, but it's so much more. You know what I mean? There's story to it, and the way that you put together like a different puzzle. You know what I mean? And tell a different story through the food. I think it's such a dope thing because that's not normal lobster and macaroni and cheese. You know this shrimp is not the normal stuff. You know, so it's really cool that you were able to do that and like kind of find that. Was it? I know it felt good, but like, how good did that feel? To kind of like just hone those, to come back to reality.
Well, you know, in this book, I had to be so present, and so we went to all these places. We were ending up in Nashville, and we were planning on kind of downloading everything that we saw, and we were going to do some recipe testing with Genevieve Coe. We had our photographer Gabriele Stabile with us, and we got to Nashville, and we were in this space that was so beautiful. It was that July sunlight coming through. And we looked at each other, we're like, oh my gosh, we really need to shoot here.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any recipes. We just had conversations. And so all of the summer recipes, I was going to the farmer's market. We were shooting them. I didn't even know what the recipes were. It was whatever I wanted to cook.
Yeah.
And that's what you got in the book. It wasn't... It wasn't like, okay, you know, we're going to shoot the shrimp today, we're going to shoot the blah, blah, blah. You know, it was, we're going to shoot whatever I make today.
It's organic.
Right.
And then we had to go back and write the recipe.
Wow.
And so it was so special to be present and to see what is coming through me. So it was almost like that season set me up for everything else and to be present. And so this cracked shrimp comes from when I worked in the Bahamas and we did cracked conch. And we don't have conch here.
No.
But you can crack lobster, you can crack shrimp. And so I take these, you know, huge shrimp. And I remember when they first did it, and somebody last night was calling it, the fried shrimp. I said, no.
You say, correction, I worked too damn hard.
Shrimp. It is the cracked shrimp. Okay, let it be known.
You looked them dead in their eyes.
Yeah, I was like, no. Say it with
Don't do me. Yep.
It's the cracked
Say it
shrimp.
with me.
And so even in the kitchen, they were so precious with it. They didn't want to bang the shrimp, and they didn't want to break it. I said, dude, you got to get in there.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to bust that up.
Yeah.
You take it, you just like this. You know?
Yeah, you got to bust it up. And in doing so, you change the texture of the shrimp, which is very much like cracked conch in the Bahamas, which is, I was going there for 3 years or so. So it's a part of me, and it's a part of that, still the African diaspora and the black people who were there.
Yep.
And then we do the comeback sauce, which is a Mississippi sauce. I mean, it's what's so funny. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I love this sauce. Child, this sauce right here has like 20 ingredients. But they're all necessary.
Yeah.
It's like spice. It's stuff that you have in your pantry, but still.
Yeah. Trust me, y'all, it's necessary.
Right?
It's necessary. That you can eat the shrimp by itself. You know what I mean? But like that sauce.
A little bit of the lemon juice.
Oh my goodness! Perfect. Oh my goodness! Yeah. Again, we'll get into it. I don't want to jump ahead because you saying some things that are here in Chicago. Anybody that's in comedy or entertainment and listening to this, she said in the present, you gotta say yes. That's yes, and we're big in comedy here. So
oh my gosh,
improv.
Yes.
You know,
Dude, I would love to do improv. Can I just tell you? Speaking of which, so. I did stand up.
Okay, that was my question. You did? I do stand up.
You do stand up?
Absolutely.
Shut your face.
All over the city. All over the
what?
city. Yes, I'm a producer at Zany's and Laugh Factory.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
That was fun.
That was fun.
She's hilarious.
She is very funny. You could catch the rest of the episode, like you said, on YouTube and see what we talked about. It's about 40-minute long episode. So
damn, it's that.
Yeah, 40 minutes. Yeah, man, we talked for a little bit.
We said 20 minutes.
25 minutes.
Tops, Carla. 20 minutes.
But that's what happened when you start catching the vibe, man. It was really dope. Yeah. Shout out to her. Shout out to Esquire by Cooper's Hawk down in the Gold Coast area.
Yep.
Very, very dope place. If you haven't gone, if you think Cooper's Hawk is just suburbs, you are greatly mistaken.
Yep. Yeah. I'd never been to a Cooper's Hawk before in my life.
This is my third one.
But it was dope, and they were like, "This is not like a Cooper's."
Yeah,
Hawk.
actually,
it's Esquire.
Yeah, they don't. Right, they want you to say Esquire. So what we learned is Cooper's Hawk, they have their own wines, their specialty wines, things like that. This one right here has wines that, first of all, the owner's personal collection is absolutely insane.
Insane. I think there's over 3,000 bottles of wine in there.
3,000, yeah.
And a lot of them are not Cooper's Hawk wines. Like, yes, they carry Cooper's Hawk wine, but they also carry non-Cooper's Hawk wine.
Yeah, right. Which makes this Esquire. And little history lesson, if you didn't catch it. Esquire was an old theater back in the day in Chicago, so Cooper's Hawk repurposed the area.
On your leg.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Damn. Boy, I'm about to tweak out. Where's the bug? Where's that?
I don't know. I just saw a black loaf thing fly at your leg.
Okay, damn. Shit. Ooh, y'all almost caught the real Dario, boy. Y'all almost got exposed. My thighs is out again today, y'all. Thigh meat season, baby. Thigh meat season full effect. But yeah, go check out the interview. It was really dope. That was the highlight of our week, amongst other things. But we outside, y'all. And we got a pretty packed episode here for you. Aside from what we already talked about, a lot of facts here. A lot of facts in this one.
I'm excited because I don't know anything.
We gonna get into that because I swear I did not realize. Y'all, let's get tuned up. Let's get ready. If you're in your car, if you're at home, if you got the earphones on. That's what we talking about, y'all. We are delicious. We are in Mount Greenwood community area number 74, and it is the southwesternmost community area. Southwestern. Well, I think I could say
southwesternmost.
Maybe.
No.
Somebody out there.
The adjective comes first.
Okay, well, whatever the fuck it is, it's southwest a lot.
It's the loudest southwest.
The loudest southwest. Anyway, the boundaries: to the north, 99th Street / 103rd Street; to the south, 115th Street; to the east, railroad tracks to Sacramento; to the west, Pulaski / Cicero. The neighborhoods: Mount Greenwood Heights, and Talley's Corner. We will get into that later episode because that's pretty interesting. I read up on it. Yeah, we'll get into it. But overall, let's talk about Mount Greenwood.
Let's.
First of all, I just do want to say, very peaceful. I did not think that this was
the most suburban suburb.
Yeah, right. This is definitely a suburban part of Chicago. We talking about the northwestern part with Old Irving feels like.
No.
And
this feels like a suburb.
Yeah. This definitely feel like this don't even feel like Chicago, y'all.
It doesn't.
But
here's the thing. Pullman feels more like Chicago than this does.
And Pullman
mostly because we're by the beach. So you're like, oh, there's the lake.
Right.
Like we're still in the city.
Right.
This is so far west and south that it literally feels like I'm in Mokina.
Yeah,
like,
you know what's crazy?
Chilling.
I used to get my hair cut about 15 minutes from here, way back in the day, in Dalton. Yeah.
For what? what?
For what? Because my barber was cold back in the day. I'm talking about back in the day. Shout out to my new barber, Chris.
Chris?
This was probably a whole 2 decades before you, Chris. So don't even worry.
Dario goes to Chris, I don't know, once every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And he's there for like 4 hours.
No, it's not. At least an hour. He got a schedule.
At least.
He got a schedule. At most an hour.
I don't know what he's doing for the other 3 hours because he's not with me.
Yeah, for real. Don't get my boy caught up. But I do want to say, we just want to say, like, this does feel like a suburb. You know, like we talk about the northern suburbs. I mean, northern part of Chicago felt like a suburb. Yeah. This definitely feel like a suburb.
What's the northwest community area that we went to that really felt like the most?
Forest Glen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Forest Glen. Yeah,
Same vibes.
Same vibe. Oh, I mean, again,
different, but same.
You talk about that's on the edge of Chicago.
Right,
this is literally the edge of Chicago.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. So, how did the name come about, y'all?
There's a green mountain.
Yeah, close actually. You are very close.
Mountain of Green.
George Waite in 1879 got 80 acres of land granted to him for a cemetery. He called it Mount Greenwood because of the wooded area, and it was on a ridge. So
there was an uphill while we were driving. Yeah. It reminded me a lot of Beverly. I know we're close to Beverly.
So that's part of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's part of that. Fun fact. It was originally called the Seven Holy Tombs, this area. And you're probably wondering what and why. Well, it's bounded by 8 cemeteries.
Really?
Yeah, there are 8 cemeteries bounded by. Now, you probably like, why is it called Seven Holy and not 8? Well, that's because it's called 7 because only one of the cemeteries are within the boundaries of Mount Greenwood, and that cemetery is St. Casimir Lithuanian Cemetery.
Mean one is outside of the bounds?
One is inside the bounds.
So why would it be called 7?
Well, because 7 of them are outside.
What is it called again?
7 Holy Tombs. and there's
wouldn't it be called 1 holy tomb and 7 on the outside?
Anyway, just look. Anyway,
you should take it up with the name.
Yeah, right.
All these technical questions.
Yeah. That's some history on the name. But now let's talk about the history of this place. So, by 1897, restaurants and saloons popped up around 111th, right where we are on, in Sacramento. Now, it was for the mourners after funerals because those rides, you know, the horse and buggy rides, they were very long and they were hard. So
that's what she said.
Yeah, right. I did that to myself.
Sure did. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Anyway, back to the mourners.
I hope you have someone that does it for you. You don't have to do it for yourself.
Yes.
But if you gotta,
if you get, hey,
you gotta do it for yourself.
Different time comes, there's measures.
I mean, it's not that desperate.
Some people. Anyway, so check it out. The area had a lot of German and Dutch truck farmers.
Truck farmers?
Yeah, truck farmers. So you know, like they pack up shit in their trucks and they go deliver it to the people. Yeah, you know,
like they farm trucks.
Yeah. Right. Wouldn't that be some shit?
How do you do that?
What you want? This is a big Ford. Anyway,
how do you plant trucks?
I don't know. Talk to Henry Ford. But the area also had a lot of Irish that moved into the area. And so when they moved in, of course, the saloons start popping up for Irish, right? Because a lot of them were German and Dutch, you know, saloons and bars and restaurants. Irish came in and they started doing that. Now, in the early 20th century, so the early 1900s, Protestant temperance.
That's for y'all stupid ones that don't know what 20th century is.
Right,
That's the 1900s.
It starts at 1900. 20th century is 1900. 19th century is 1800. Yeah. Anyway, the Protestant temperance crusaders looked into closing down saloons and made this whole area a dry area. Now, how did they circumvent that a bit? The opposition succeeded, right? And they succeeded in 1907. Shout out to the Cubs winning the World Series.
In 1907?
The year after.
Oh.
The year after. And Mount Greenwood was incorporated into a village. So they incorporated into a village so that they have all their own rules, and that's how they circumvented keeping the area a wet area.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
You gotta circumvent it.
You gotta circumvent.
You
want it wet? You gotta circumvent.
You gotta circumvent. You gotta incorporate and circumvent.
Incorporate it. Make it yours. That's what it is. Okay, all right. Anyway, if you like it, then you should have put a ring. Anyway. It is. So here's something. Another fun fact. If you all I know y'all like the history, and this is pretty cool. So there was this thing called the Battle of the Ditch in 1916. Okay, so there was a drainage ditch that ran alongside Mount Greenwood Cemetery. Okay, and the residents were concerned that the pollution from the water was hazardous.
Yeah,
and because they had to drink that. But a court order, they filed a court order. It was issued, and it had to be filled, but the cemetery ignored it. Okay, the cemetery just did not do it. So the residents filled it themselves, and that's how you got
to fill it yourself.
Hey, look at you! You're on fire today. You're on fire.
I mean, you were on fire last episode.
Yeah,
I gotta pick this one.
Yeah. You got it. You. This is all you.
Yeah, we tennis.
You know, we tennis that. Where was that? Yeah. So that was the Battle of the Ditch, right?
Now so it wasn't an actual battle
right.
Metaphorical political battle.
Right. It was a political battle. But that's significant. Yeah, that's significant because in 1927, Mount Greenwood was annexed to Chicago for better amenities. Now, it wasn't until 9 years later in 1936 that they finally got the amenities.
Wow.
Wow. So you talk about they battled for the ditch in 1916. In 1927, they finally said, hey, they had to vote for that too. They had to vote to be, obviously all of them had to vote to get annexed, but they voted in favor of better amenities. Didn't happen until 9 years later. The Works Progress Administration laid sewage systems and paved and lit the streets. And then check this out now. In 1960s, they were still fighting for curbs and gutters.
Wow.
You know, like so.
1960s?
I mean, we treated this area like a damn suburb, boy. Like this, like y'all, this is the redhead stepchild of Chicago right here.
Speaking of redhead knobs.
Stop it. Anyway, shortly after that, in that time span, 1930 to 1950, the population actually grew, and it grew almost exponentially here. The residential growth spurt happened, and it went from 3,300 to about 12,000 people came to the area. Yeah. Now, and here it gets even crazier. So after World War II, from 1945 to 1953, 4,000 more new homes were built. Eventually, around the 70s, the population started to decline a little bit, dropped from roughly 23 down to about 19,000, and then in the 90s it dropped again a little bit to about 19,000. 17,000, 18,000. So population did drop. Now, what is the makeup of the population here? And this is just, I'm reading news, man. All right. Here's the thing. Currently, the area is home to many Chicago policemen, firemen, and civil servants. Now, the crazy thing about that is that a lot of them kind of moved to the area. This was a place where white flight happened. You know, we talked about white flight when we talked about West Elsden. You know, people fled there. In West Lawn, people, you know,
white flight didn't happen here.
Right, they fled to here. Yeah, they fled to here. Yeah. And so this was one of the landing spots for the white flight. And again, it's so to the east. You know, you have all the area where, you know, blacks started to move into.
Right.
And then this was, and Ashburn is above this, right, to the north of where we are right now. So when we talked about Ashburn, was kind of maintain that stronghold, so to say. You know, Scottsdale area in Ashburn is still kind of mixed and everything like that. But this was one of the landing spots in this southwest most, right? I say that to say this. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna move by, okay, y'all. This was the fun fact. I don't know if it's fun, but this is a fact. This was the only community area to vote in favor of Donald Trump. Next fun fact: Chicago's last surviving farm in the city was here in 1980s. Pete Owinga was the owner of the last surviving farm.
What do you mean?
Literally the last surviving farm. Yeah, right. I'm talking farm in that sense of like how Chicago was, old school Chicago.
Oh.
You know, like farm, like actual farm. And really cool fun fact, another sidebar fun fact, right behind us is that farm.
No way.
Yeah, it's in the distance. But obviously, if you are watching this, I actually have video of it playing right now. You can see the farm, which is actually pretty cool because there's some more fun, interesting facts about that. It was developed into the Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences in 1985.
Wow.
Yeah, and the significance of that is that it was meant to teach agriculture. It was a magnet school to teach agriculture. Every time you, Sarah, yawn, y'all got to.
I didn't yawn. That's a good deep breath.
Okay, that's a deep breath as she blinks slow.
We had a lot of food.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was developed into a magnet high school meant to teach agriculture to urban students, and part of that farm is on the campus. So that is what is to our backs right now. You can't see it right now. It looks like baseball fields. That's because it is. But behind that
is the school.
is the farm. Actually, behind us to the farm is the farm. And if you're watching, of course, if you're listening, go to YouTube.
Tough shit.
Yeah. But to our left is the actual school. Is the actual school. So pretty cool to
really cool.
to be here. Now here's the fun fact about that. It was the second of its kind to be established. The first was the W.B. Saul High School in Philadelphia.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Now, not too fun news about it is there was some racial issues. You know what I mean? There's some racial issues, and actually involved black students kind of being moved into the area. You know what I mean? Like a lot of black students were moved into the area in great numbers, and the white flight happened. They didn't like that. They didn't like that coming to the area. I'll say this. And there was some other. It was unfortunately the shooting of a black teen here that happened. Involved a cop. Don't want to get into it too much, but it was highly publicized, and that was kind of like, I want it to be like what it's known for. You know what I'm saying? What this area is known for, because we don't want to say it, because right now we sitting in the middle of a park, and it's fine. And where we went to eat, very, very.
I mean, just
mixed.
because we're sitting here and it's fine doesn't mean that.
Doesn't right. I get it. But I don't want the pain.
Don't like talking.
Yeah,
about
we talk about it a lot. You know what I mean? We talk about it a lot. People know what time it is, man. But
maybe they don't.
Yeah. Well, if you don't, go back. We got 60.
But like, how are
episodes.
areas supposed to do better if we don't talk about?
No, that's what I'm getting at. They know about it because it was highly publicized. Is what I was gonna say. It was highly publicized, all in the news. So if anybody's familiar with Mount Greenwood, if that's the first thing come to your mind, not too surprising. Not too surprising, because that was all in the news for what went on. But what I was saying is actually, I mean, very nice area for it to be Chicago like this. Like this feels like a suburb. It don't feel like we in Chicago.
Yeah, it's a lot of parks, a lot of green. I mean, a lot of the city is like this. If I'm being honest, a lot of the city is parks and green and
Damn, look at that bug right on my damn lens. Did I tell? Damn, this little thing ain't. I can't shake this baby.
You forgot we were recording or something?
Yeah, damn. He all up in.
Put your glasses down.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Brother can't see. I guess I ain't got to read no more. I guess I'm done with all my facts.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, the vibe that I get from Mount Greenwood, without knowing history or anything like that, it's peaceful. It looked like a suburb.
Looks like a wonderful place to raise a family.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, right. Hey, you funny as hell. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it right there. That's the facts about Mount Greenwood. I can't wait to come back around to this when we start doing other things, because that one neighborhood, Tally's Corner, is actually. Interesting name. You know what I mean? Like, interesting name. It's named after somebody. And in recent-ish times, too. So, pretty interesting. But that is Mount Greenwood in a nutshell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the food?
We should definitely talk about the food. And let me tell you, y'all.
And we're going to take advantage of this break to scoot down a little bit, because I am baking in the sun.
You baking in the sun?
I'm baking in the sun.
Hey, she baking in the sun. Hey.
All right.
Baking in the sun. Hey. Anyway, y'all, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hello.
What kind of entrance?
I don't know. Entrance.
Intro. You know what?
What kind of entrance is that? Welcome back to the food portion of the episode. All right. This little part here. This little food section is brought to you by Choose Chicago. Out here.
Yeah.
We out here.
You said out here. Hold on. Okay. Out here. Dope. Yeah. Hey, y'all, Mount Greenwood, we went to
Bacon and jam.
Bacon and jam. That sounds just like how I want it to be.
We didn't have bacon or jam.
We had bacon. We had bacon.
You have bacon.
Yeah. It was a jam. Hey, hold on. No. Yeah.
That's all that deserves.
That's all that. Damn. Okay. Wow.
So yeah, we went to Bacon and Jam here on 111th.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of streets down.
It's a lot of streets down.
I'm just saying. So Bacon and Jam has been here for a while. Don't know how long. They don't have an About Us section in their on their website.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you what they about though. They about that food shit. They about their breakfast boy.
Yeah, so they serve a bunch of different things. Their menu is kind of split up into 4 or 5 different sections. The main sections are the classics, which are like pancake and scrambled eggs.
French toast and shit.
No. French toast is under sweets.
Waffles or something.
Waffles is under sweets.
Well, they had French toast and waffle things.
Oh, it was like plain French toast and plain waffle.
Yeah, the classics, you know?
Yeah. This plain classics.
Yeah.
Then they have a skillet section, which they have like 6 or 7 skillets on there. We did order something off of that. And then they have their sweets section, which is the most intriguing in my opinion because it's pretty creative in comparison with the rest of the menu. And then they also serve lunch. So they're open every Monday through Sunday, 7 to 3.
7 to 3. That's
7
not
to 3.
Good time.
So breakfast to lunch. And let's talk about what we ordered. Well, first of all, let's talk about the vibe of the place. We walked in. It is pretty standard. I wouldn't say diner. I would say
not diner. It's like a restaurant / diner.
Restaurant.
I said restaurant.
I know. I said it's just literally what you would expect from. I don't know. I can't even think. It's not like a diner because it's just like a regular breakfast spot.
You're right. But it feels like a diner. Like it feels like a diner / restaurant. You know what I mean? Like a mixture, a good mixture of both.
Yeah.
And I think the vibe was dope. I mean, it was very lively in there. It was packed.
Very lively.
Clearly, this is the place to be.
And we got there at like 9 in the morning.
Yeah,
so
right.
It was already packed.
Busting in here, boy. People ain't even been to church yet. You know,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And then they went to church right after.
Right. I mean,
maybe
some people church started way in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, black people. We be in church, boy. Like shit.
First of all, what are you talking about? We?
Yeah, right. I mean, look, I used to go to church, boy. We was in church, man, so damn long. Dude, it was like, what's going on here, man?
Like, you didn't know what was going on?
No, how much more we got to pray? Like that's
wow.
I started thinking like, God. Dang,
something.
Right. In this. It's too much.
Wow.
I'm just joking. Please don't cut my blessings off.
Yeah, for real.
Anyway, but no. It was packed in there for early morning. Yeah,
it was packed for early morning for sure. It was mostly families, I would say.
Yeah.
A bunch of like young families, and there was like a table of 17 people.
Yeah.
But what did we order?
We ordered a lot. One more thing about the vibe. The staff was
extremely friendly.
Yes. I mean, like, she gave us, Shirley is her name that we had. She gave us all kind of recommendations. So we ordered like we normally order, but she was like putting together, all right, since you ordered this side, you should probably get this side because you don't need that side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She was like getting real technical with it. And I was like, all right, bet.
She was really nice.
We came out and literally had, the only thing we had double of was the egg. But that's because egg came with the skillet and egg came with the, both skillets.
Yeah.
We got both skillets. So.
No, we got the corned beef hash.
Corned beef hash, yeah. So yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. It was super dope.
Friendly.
Yeah, to have people like that. That was we got set in. We walked in. We got set in seconds. Immediately.
Yeah. Then the food came out like 7 minutes later.
Expeditiously.
You love that word.
I do love the word. Shout out to T.I., man, for coming up with that one, man.
He did not.
Maybe he made it popular. He made it cool. Oh. he made it cool because most expeditiously got too many syllables in it. I would have never said that.
Expeditiously.
Yeah.
It's at least 5.
At least that's 1 too many. That's 3 too many syllables.
1 too many.
Anyway, but the food.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, where do we want to start with? Do we want to start?
Let's start with the.
Please say it.
I want to say French toast.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Yes.
We ordered the red velvet French toast off of their menu. Okay. Let me paint you a little picture.
Now I'll show you the picture if you watch it. I'm going to show you the shit.
If you are listening, these are 3 extremely thick. I want to say they're about.
We like them extremely thick.
Wow. All right, relax. They're 3 like thick pieces of round. I don't want to say like bread because they are swirled with cream cheese filling in them.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, and they're red velvet, and then they're topped with sweetened condensed milk, chocolate sauce, and strawberries. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I think. Okay, here's my thing. This was my top pick, I would say, my favorite item, just because I am a sweet breakfast person.
Yeah.
But I would not have been able to eat all 3.
I look. Okay, so
I think it's
yeah.
I think it's a little too sweet to eat all 3. I think it was perfect how we did it, where we shared it and ate savory as well, because it's a lot.
Okay, yep, I agree. I could see that point. Valid point.
But
I could have smacked that whole thing myself, y'all. If the other food wasn't on that table,
it was really good.
Yeah, it was. I mean, first of all, red velvet.
I know.
And the swirl, man. Look,
that
you don't
cream
even
cheese swirl.
Yes,
I didn't even know.
You didn't even need syrup.
No, you absolutely don't.
You don't need syrup. That's not the point. Yeah. But I wonder what it would have tasted like with syrup on it.
Probably unbearable.
You think so?
Yeah, that would be too much.
Man, look, that's heaven right there. That's candy shop.
It's a red velvet cake French toast. I don't know how they make that.
I don't know how they did that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not sweetened condensed milk. It's vanilla sauce on top.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Vanilla sauce, just even better.
I know.
Just even better. That was one of the best that was one of the best foods that we've eaten. Not just really breakfast food, but just like food in general. Really it
was extremely creative. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
The next thing that was on my number 2 on the list was the corned beef hash.
Yeah, that was good.
I really, really, really like corned beef, and they home make their corned beef.
Yes. So we were talking about this was the Irish, part, and you could clearly, when you come down to Mount Greenwood, you could see Irish presence here. It was Polish, it's German, it's Dutch. All the different nationalities are here. But it was cool to be eating the corned beef hash and have it almost authentic. You know what I mean? I don't know what authentic is.
I don't know who's making it back there.
Yeah, but they doing a damn good job. I promise you that.
It's really, really good. So the corned beef hash is homemade corned beef hash with green peppers, onions, hash browns, 2 eggs, toast, or pancakes. We got the pancakes.
Yeah. And here's the thing about the pancakes. First of all, side of pancakes.
Fluffy as hell.
Fluffy as hell, y'all. These are the pancakes that I like. So they fluffy, but not too thick. They thin. They a little thin.
Yeah. They're also big.
Yeah, they're large. Yeah, they are large and got the little crust on the edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How sometimes when it's just too much pancake, when you pour the syrup on it, it drinks it all, and then it's all gone. This don't do that, y'all. These motherfuckers float. They float. Okay, you hear me? They float. And they tasted good.
They were so good.
Perfect pancakes.
Yeah.
That was a perfect side.
I agree.
Yeah, perfect side.
I agree.
Y'all, I mean, in the hash.
The corned beef is honestly really, really good.
Yeah, that was fire. Now, that was your number 2.
That was my number 2.
My number 2 was the
country skillet.
The country skillet, because that had sausage in it. It had the egg, had the green pepper, had the potatoes at the bottom, the onion. Y'all, the cheese. We had the cheesy eggs, and it went all the way through.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
That's a generous amount of eggs and cheese in there.
It was. And it was a generous amount of everything, to be honest with you. I'll tell you one thing. Reason why this was my number 2 is because I don't know if the mixture of the potatoes that they had at the bottom.
Yeah, the potatoes were really good.
Yeah, mixed with the cheese. Because even if you somehow did not get a sausage in there, and you still
yeah.
Pause.
You just got the sauce.
If you just what is that? What is that?
I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, I got it there.
That's what she said.
But just the mixture of that was just almost perfect.
Yeah.
It was almost perfect, y'all.
Almost perfect?
The reason why I say almost perfect is because it didn't have the sausage in there. If you somehow didn't get the sausage in there, you missed out. But even just that by itself.
But the sausage was really good.
Yes.
So it's not like sauce. It's the sausage link cut up and put in there. It's not like crumbled up sausage.
They just took
and it has like the perfect amount of sage in it. I just love that sage sausage.
Yes, it was so good.
So good.
Honestly, the other skillet, the hash brown, and this one, you really can't go wrong. Honestly, you corned beef hash. I'm sorry, you can't go wrong with either one of those.
Yeah.
I just personally like the way that the potato, because sometimes you get the potatoes and the potatoes be too lumpy a little bit.
Right.
This wasn't. It was enough consistency of a potato to be mixed.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like perfect, y'all. So right off the top, we 3 for 3. Coming out the gate, we 3 for 3, and we ain't even talk about the biscuit and gravy.
Right. So it was a sausage gravy, a black pepper sausage gravy, which was really good. My only thing is that biscuit was too soft.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It was a little soft.
I like it to be a little flakier, a little more. I don't know. It just felt a little cakey. It was really good. The gravy was.
I see what
really
you're saying.
Good.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. It was a little cakey.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's not bad. Here's the problem that we run into though. We have so many food options at the same time. So like when we eat all the other shit that we eat, then we have a top 3.
Yeah.
By the time you get to that, you like, well,
in comparison.
So, but if we had that first, we'd be like, damn, this lit.
I'm saying it's good. It's really good, but it's just the biscuit for me was not the best I've
biscuit
had.
Wasn't the best. Not the best biscuits you had.
I'm getting eaten up out here.
Yeah. They these bugs. Why we sit under a tree? For the shade. We sat under for a shade.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like anywhere we sat out in an open field, there's bugs out here.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else did we have? We had something else. We had sides of the sausage and
the bacon.
Let me tell you, again, as sides, that was the perfect type of sausage I want.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
A patty.
The patty, the sausage patty, that was perfect. And then the bacon was crispy to precision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a science.
I want you to recall how the bacon wasn't burnt, but it was still crispy. Remember that?
Well, yeah, right. I didn't say I don't like it like this.
Try to emulate it.
Okay.
As opposed to burning the shit out of it.
First of all, burnt bacon ain't the bad bacon. It's good. It's really good. Both bacons are nice.
Not only are you dying because you're eating, bacon, but you're also dying because you're eating cancerous burnt fat.
Man, look. What a way to die.
I just made those two things up. I don't know if those two things kill you.
Yeah, I was about to say, that bacon, look, if I'm going to die eating some damn bacon like that, I'll eat it. And that's fine with me. But y'all, it was good. Do we have anything else?
I think that's it. We just had our coffees.
Yeah, we had the coffee. Coffee is coffee, but coffee is coffee.
Yeah.
But that shit was smacking.
Yeah,
that shit was smacking. Honestly, would come here again.
Yeah, we have to come back because she recommended the banana pudding French toast.
Y'all, they be out here. They got a chemist in the background.
I really just want to share some of these things off this menu.
Yeah, because what they doing back there?
Okay, so here we go. Banana cream pie French toast.
Okay.
Which is French toast, banana cream, caramel, coconut flakes, and pecans. There's bread pudding French toast, which is bread pudding French toast with homemade cherry jam and oat strudel.
Wow, they doing a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have the Nutella banana waffles, s'mores pancakes, blueberry multigrain pancakes, apple crumble pancakes.
Oh, wow.
They got the berry pancakes, and then they got you all those basic pancake French toast or waffle.
Oh, just regular shit.
Yeah. Okay. They also have a chorizo benedict, which I've never seen that before, which is...
Didn't we have that over in the breakfast joint we went to up North Park?
Breakfast joint we went to.
The Hispanic joint? Berwin and breakfast.
It wasn't chorizo, was it?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember.
No.
That was fire. Because what I was about to say is, if it was, I think it's chorizo, that shit was fire. So I'd imagine this is probably dope.
This is probably really good. I've never had like chorizo benedict. I don't think. Maybe I have. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, their menu is like has some really good staples and then some really good like different things like the opa omelet, which is tomatoes, spinach, onions, feta, roasted eggplant. I don't know.
They do a lot. I mean, like low key, like I know I said that, but like, I mean, that's a lot of mixtures.
Yeah.
How you supposed to, as a chef, as a cook, how do you remember all this shit?
I I mean, why I don't like a large menu.
Hey, that's a good. There you go.
Because you're not mastering what you're making.
I mean, because that's a lot.
But a lot of these things the basic items are repetitive. So, like, if you're making a skillet, it's always potato, cheese, eggs,
so that shit don't
and then
change.
Vegetables.
But I'm thinking, like, like, how do you go? You got the French toast, then somebody ordered a banana pudding, and then
you have a ticket
bread
in front
pudding.
of you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but like, I'm talking about how do you remember to make it all?
I've worked at as a cook at a breakfast spot for years, and you just memorize them after a while.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like anything that you do on repetition.
And you know the menu so well that you just, off the top of your head.
Yeah, I guess I'm just tripping. I guess I'm just not a cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, this shit seemed difficult. Yes. Like, y'all cooks, boy. Y'all dope with it. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, and I got a much more appreciation not that I didn't, because I was just a consumer of food. Now I be eating. I feel like that's a difference.
Now you enjoy it.
Yeah, now I enjoy the art and the craft of it, because we done had so many, I mean, hundreds of plates. You know what I mean? But like
hundreds.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate it now. I appreciate it a lot more. So shout out to y'all. Just hearing that make me tired. Yeah, your boy getting bit up, man. This thigh meat season is not working when you got my ass out here looking like a whole Thanksgiving damn dinner. You know, to these bugs.
Right, well, on that note, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead, send it to someone you like. Come out to Mount Greenwood. Yeah. Have breakfast. Sit in the park.
Sit in the park.
If you did not enjoy this episode,
don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
Because I feel like we hitting our stride at this point.
You know?
Yeah, we hitting our stride.
We out here. You're just a hater. You just come with the terms.
You just hate
that you a straight up hater.
Hating energy. Check out Carla. Check out. Go to church. Check out Carla's interview on our YouTube, y'all. And live your best life this week.
You know.
Happy 4th of July to y'all too.
Or whatever.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of 77 Flavors of Chicago. We look forward to having you again next Monday. So make sure you look out for us on any platform where you can listen to a podcast. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and do all the things. And we'll see you next Monday.